It's Big Rick here at the Carolina Rebellion with my favorite sea captain of all time.
Hey.
I feel like you're sort of Gordon's fisherman, sort of bass player.
It happened on accident, I promise.
Man, it's so good to see.
Good to see you too,
man.
buddy.
It's great because my first two interviews of the day started with Ben Wells and then you, so it's like I don't have to do any prep for that because we just know each other.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of fun.
Perfect.
We'll address something that we actually have to address.
Okay.
You're changing drummers.
Yes.
Yeah, so that has to be a little bit of a difference. I don't know. Do you pick the new one up? You're ready to go? You know who it is?
We're going through the process of auditioning people right now, and I think we've got someone in mind to take over the position, but we haven't made any official announcements yet. As of now, Chachi's still on the road. He's still playing with us. He'll be playing today at Rebellion. His last show will be with us in Grand Rapids, our hometown, and then we'll bring the new person out.
I'm sure whoever you get will be great for the band. I mean, in the couple of changes you've had to make throughout the course of the band, no disrespect to the people that were in it, but it rose the level of what the band was doing. So I'm
absolutely,
sure.
And we're looking to do the same thing this time around too.
I will miss him back there looking like Animal playing the drums.
I think we all will, but we're really lucky to have him be so professional about it in the way that he wanted to go about it, and his exit strategy is just. It was great. Like, he was very honest with us and gave us plenty of time to look for someone new before we even announced that he was leaving.
And that's how you know that a band is close, when it's not like, sorry, but tomorrow night is my last show and I'll just get through it. I mean, you had plenty of time.
We've never had that luxury before. It's always been, we'll go home and then all of a sudden, someone's not in the band anymore and we're scrambling trying to find a replacement. And having the time to take into consideration some different options and different people, and it's really been great.
Now, do you have a timetable? Because are you going home for a little while, like leading up to that Grand Rapids show? So you're going to have to find somebody after Grand Rapids and have them in place. You'll do it.
Well, we have things in the works. Okay. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, we'll talk about Up briefly, and then we'll just be our normal selves and talk about other stuff. So we're going to talk about the record and the success of the singles and ways to get high, and it's your little hit factory these days. Our little Pop Evil from 155 is now this mega hit factory, which I remember telling you back in the day it was going to happen. And you're just like, man, I just want a sandwich. Like, that's all.
Yeah, exactly.
So things have gone well, man. It's great. And are you seeing... are you getting some new fans off of Up? Because it's different. I mean, when I first heard Ways to Get High, I thought about the Mystery Machine, like Shaggy and Scooby, and I was just like, it was... But you listen to Boss's Daughter, and it's a completely different sound than Ways to Get High. Yeah, and I wondered how did you feel it would...
it translates to our fans, or...
Yeah, because it's a different sound, I think, than any other radio single you've had.
Well, and it totally is. And even, Footsteps was kind of the first step in that direction for us.
Which ended up on a Chevy commercial.
Ram trucks.
Yeah, Ram trucks, yeah.
Well, that's okay,
So, I drive a Ram truck, actually, so I feel like a dick.
Oh, my gosh.
And I have a Dodge Challenger. They're going to come repossess my shit right out of my garage when I'm home.
That's it. Done. No, it's funny because with the name Pop Evil, we've always wanted to have the diversity to go from one extreme to the other. And I felt like, I think we all felt like for a long time our live show was either, heavier tunes or harder rockers or ballads. And we found sort of this gray area with these songs that are a little more danceable and a little more fun. And we just kind of wanted to add that element back into our live show. And I mean, not just our live show, but the album as well. We're at a place when we went in the studio last time where we weren't pissed off about life anymore.
Yeah.
We were like...
Well, life got better from...
We came off some
lipstick on the mirror, Life got a lot better.
Exactly, you know what I mean? And, every time we've gone in the studio, it's been us, fighting for our lives. And not to say every album isn't important and isn't, a struggle in ways. It was just some of that pressure had been lifted because we've done it so many times.
Well, success will do that, as you keep succeeding, the freedom probably gets a little...
Absolutely, and we wanted to have, we were going in there having fun and not being stressed out, and we wanted that to translate on the record, and we wanted positivity to shine through, with Footsteps, Go Higher. It's all about, even, Ways to Get High is there's so many ways to get high, but what about spending time with your family, or going fishing, or mountain biking, or anything, playing video games can
Yeah, it doesn't all have to be about
people.
drugs. Life is not always about that.
So we wanted that fun, danceable element back in our music, and it's fun. It's good for us because when we play those songs live, we can't help but dance and have a good time on stage too, and that just translates then everybody's having a good time.
When you heard that finished product for the first time on Ways to Get High, did you think, wow, this is our most different? Because that's what I thought personally. I thought this is the most different sound I've ever heard out of you guys. Did you think that too? Or when you started, maybe whoever wrote the words or the riffs or whatever, just went, well, this is really different for us, but I like it.
I think once we first heard the first versions of them, like that song and Take It All, I thought, man, this is completely different than anything we've ever tried before. And then what we did was, by the time it was a finished product, it was closer to our sound.
So it was actually a little more off the beaten path in the beginning?
Absolutely. And we kind of reeled it back in with our guitar tones and kind of put that Pop Evil identity back on it, so it wasn't so far out in left field. This thing is just really wanting to hug us, isn't it?
I think you should just get some spray paint, write Pop Evil was here. Then no one will know it was you.
No one would know it was me, especially not if I have spray paint all over my fingers.
No, you would not look guilty. And plus, you don't look guilty anyway.
No.
Innocent. It's so good to see you, my friend. I know you got a couple other things to do, but I just like to talk to you.
Yeah, we can hang out and talk all you want.
So we sometimes say things we can't have that thing know. And we have.
We'll talk.
It's Matt for Pop Evil. It's Carolina Rebellion with Rock 105 and Big Smash Radio.